You know how a boss knows he's got a good employee? And sometimes you gotta be an employee that screws up to let the boss find out you're a good employee. And how does that work? Well, employees fuck up learning sometimes or just have a bad day, right? But sometimes they do it too much because they might be having too much of a bad day. Perhaps they're going through a situation or drinking too much or on drugs or something like that, medication. And so they're fucking up a lot, right? But you know what makes a good employee too? So the boss can find out and can save your butt when you're a good employee if you do fuck up a lot. But then you wake up after the boss comes and sees you. This is how the boss turns up and he goes, "Look, mate, you fucked up heaps of times. Get your head out of the box, pull your bloody socks up, or I'll bloody sack ya. You're useless. You've done this, this, and this wrong. How many times do I have to tell you? Do you have a brain? You got common sense. What was needed to be done was common sense. Blah, blah, blah. Give them a good ripping, right? And then go and then see what happens. You know what happens with a lot when I've seen that happen when bosses do that sometimes. And sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just bully bosses, right? But I'm saying sometimes it's needed, right? Definitely if they've been doing the wrong, right? And you know what can happen to weak employees who do the wrong and they're weak and they're just there to fuck around and they think they're better and all that shit, right? They'll go, ah, screw you, you can't talk to me like that. You know, I'm not a little kid. Don't call me stupid. I'm out of here. I quit. Fuck you. I'm going to sue you for harassment or something like that. And they shouldn't technically say that, but they can because there's the law and the problems we have when it comes to society and how we get along. And the boss technically shouldn't say what he said either, should he, really? Because it's harassment. But how do parents really parent their kid? And think about it, parents. When do your kids really change sometimes? After you smack them on the hand or after you've had a good verbal conversation to them? You know, at the right times when you know they need it? Does that wake them up? Or do you keep giving them candy or let them go over and over again? What happens in that situation when it comes to parenting and talking to your children or bosses and employees? It's the same thing. It's a similar thing. That's why they say we should treat them like family, and they should, not like a money object. What do you think? Do you think bosses are treating people like money objects now is why we have all these problems when it comes to that sector? And do you also think that parents are starting to do the same thing with their kids? Not just the one percenters now. You're starting to see a lot of parents pushing kids wanting to be a certain thing because they want the money outcome, not the loving connection, and them just being happy and free. Just have a think about it, people, and have a good one. See ya.